During the entirety of the last school year, we had this one really nice female teacher who was teaching us through the entire year this same lecture over and over again, and it was driving my classmates absolutely fucking nuts because uh, my classmates, I don't want to say that they're the worst. Like, if you talk to them between four eyes, they would be completely nice human beings. It is just that when they are together, they start to show their bad sides and their dark side. They start to make fun of each other. They start to yell. They start to swear. They start to talk about random bullshit, and it is just a complete mess. And so naturally, this teacher, I don't want to say that she's old, but she is still used to the traditions of beating up children throughout communism. And so she is quite a strict teacher, but that's the good side of her because at least there's someone who is like that in our school. I mean, there are a couple of more teachers who are strict also, but she's really good at it, and she can tell that if you're nice, she'll act nice back towards you. And she was teaching us the exact same lecture on the quadratic equations. And right now, as the new school year started, we got a different teacher for our math classes, and he's a really nice guy. And he has a great sense of humor too, so the lessons are always fun with him. And as it normally goes, at the start of the school year, we started to revise the same lecture that she was teaching us through the entire year. But this time, it was by his saying, with his words, and it was with his output. And I completely loved how he presented it with his own words. It suddenly all made sense. Now, I'm not trying to shit on the teacher that was teaching us through the entirety of last school year. She was a really good teacher herself. It was just that she was way too advanced, and she already saw of us middle schoolers as high schoolers, so she expected a lot from us. And you know what 40 years of teachings does for you? It basically makes you such a master at a subject that you're teaching that you immediately think that if someone doesn't get something after explaining it once, that he's a complete dumbass and he doesn't deserve to go to school. But you must realize that not everyone is at your level. Like, yeah, sure, you can revise it so many times, yet some guy who just started learning it won't know shit about it. And this teacher completely knew this, and he even presented it with PowerPoint presentations, which was something that I never saw on my math lessons ever before. And he was explaining it with such logical thought processes that it was completely out of my mind. It blew me away. And during one of these lessons, he pulled out a simple quadratic equation that we needed to convert into a graph. And it wasn't really that hard. And he said that if you did it correctly, I would give you an A. And so I immediately went to action. I immediately solved the equation. I got the x's, the y's, and I put it into the graph. I drew it. I added all the traits that it had. I made sure that I had the coordinates correctly at least like 5 times, and I was ready after like 20 minutes of deep work to finally give it to him. And so my cortisol levels started to slowly go up. And I approached him, I gave it to him. He took one look at it, and I had everything correct. But then he saw the fraction that I did a wrong step inside of it, and I solved it incorrectly. But everything else was completely correct. I made one bad decision that led me to not receive the good mark. I had everything correctly. I did everything like I was supposed to. And this one seventh grade lecture, this one seventh grade theory that I was already supposed to be mastering at this time, failed me and fucked me over. And he sent me back. The rage that followed for the next like 1 hour was completely insane. Like, even the classmate that sits beside me, he started to yap about I don't know, dinosaurs or stuff like that. And then he asked me, what's wrong? And I just told him, please don't talk to me right now. But I didn't say it in a sad tone. I said it in an angry tone, like to actually leave me alone. I know that it may sound like a bitchy thing to say that, oh, TR, you're just overreacting. This is nothing. And yeah, it is in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't matter for my business. It doesn't matter for my school career because the good mark was optional, of course. It doesn't matter for my long term good mental health and stuff like that. It's just that I really love math, right? It is one of the subjects that I find oddly satisfying and oddly engaging from time to time. But I have always had this issue that I did everything correctly, even with that teacher that I spent the entirety of last year with. And sometimes I just did one simple fucking mistake. One bullshit life test that I was supposed to pass effortlessly, and I got a B. That's what always happened on the fucking exams. I made one mistake and it was already considered a B. That used to bug me all the time, and the pressure finally exploded on that day. And then, after a little chat with my mom about it, she told me that, yeah, she had this too when she was still going to school, and by the time that we got home, I was still angry, and keep in mind this was the last lesson of the day, so I came home literally bubbling with anger, but still. Do you know what I did? I wasn't angry about it. I was grateful that it happened because it finally made me realize something. This is the great filter of the education system. There's a saying that goes, and I'm not sure if I'll say it correctly, but I'll just say it in my words. If you neglect one part of your life, your entire life falls apart. Now, let's say that you're leveling yourself up in the three big desires of the human mind, which are wealth, health, and relationships. Let's say that for health, you go to gym, you meditate every single day, you gratitude journal, you regular journal so that you can plan for your entire future. Let's say for the physical, you go to the gym or you exercise in the morning, you take rest days off. For your wealth, you have your own affiliate marketing business that is doing quite well, but you still need to get like traffic for it. You still need to code some of the websites. You are still reading books about marketing and stuff like that. And then for your relationships, let's say that you already go out with women on dates and life is just going great. What if I told you, and this is really true, if you neglect one part, one single detail out of these three, everything falls apart. If you stop exercising, your mental health will start to fall off because your physical and your mental health, the mind and the body are one. They are not separate, believe it or not. Then, of course, you won't be as confident in yourself when it comes to affiliate marketing because who would want to buy products from someone who is fat? And that is no excuse. Of course, there are fat millionaires and billionaires out there. It is just that it will be way harder for you to take yourself off. And I'm not, and don't even get me started on the relationships one. Do you think that women masturbate over fat guys? They don't. If you neglect one part of your life, everything gets neglected. And if you neglect your discipline when it comes to school and hard work, believe it or not, you will start to neglect everything. If you neglect the discipline to actually study and learn from your mistakes, like the 99% of people do, and then they don't learn, they just indulge in the anger and the sorrow that, oh, I will never improve. It is pointless. Why? Why life? Why did you give me this life lesson? I'm so scared of the future. If you're actually like that, then you will never succeed in escaping the school filter, the education system. School was meant to fucking break you and bring you onto this path. The path to become a timeless reader, to read life, to analyze it, and get every single fucking life lesson from it for you to become stronger. And if you're fucking here and still watching this video, like almost 10 minutes in, then I know that you will make it. It is an objective fact. And if you're not here to change your life, but just to let the time pass and not do anything, if you're just here to stay shallowly productive, then click the fuck off. This channel is not for you. Our clan will never benefit you if you just stay and indulge in the sorrow. But if you actually reflect on yourself, reflect on your past, and acknowledge your mistakes, and actually put some effort into solving it, fucking finally, so that it doesn't happen for the rest of your life, you will benefit greatly from it. If you don't neglect it, you will be in it for a surprise because huge rewards will come your way, like months down the line. The delayed gratification that you will experience from learning from your mistakes is completely nuts. School teaches you discipline, and I was lucky enough that I actually leveraged discipline before I knew that it existed in the first place. Every single day when I came home from school, I did my homework as the first thing, which is something that I still do to this day, and I leveled up my discipline through that. And that's why I'm so dedicated when it comes to self evolution that I don't have literally any regressful days. I don't have negative days in the first place. I never stay stagnant. I'm always going up. Or if I am having a bad day, that means that I'm at least getting somewhere. And if you neglect this discipline from school, then all of your life areas, you will never succeed in any of the realms. You will remain stagnant or even regressful in some of them. And believe it or not, once you do see yourself in the mirror with that shitty mental health or physical health, you will have no one else to blame but yourself. And will you blame yourself and indulge in more sorrow? Or will you grab life by its fucking balls and twist them and finally harness the delayed gratification and embrace the path of self evolution to completely surpass every single man in the race of men and to claim all of the rewards? Will you finally learn from your mistakes and discipline yourself so that they never happen again? The choice is yours, my friend. If you want to join a community where we discuss our mental health and full of like minded men who share the same values as you, the same likes and dislikes, the same goals as you, who are becoming the best version of themselves every single day, to surpass you in the race of men, but at the same time, they will be like your true blood bonded brothers that will give you advice anytime that you need it, then you can join in our Discord clan in the description. I know that if you're watching videos like these and willing to take action, that you have way more potential than you think you have. So please, harness it and join us on the path towards greatness. We like men like you, and we will take absolutely good care of you, so no worries about that. So come with us and stop being held back by the 99% of people that aren't getting you anywhere. But besides that, you can like the video, you can subscribe if you like, join the email list in the description, and get yourself a free ebook about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you liked the most, and which part of the video you will implement into your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. If you want to learn about healthy mindsets that will completely transform your mental health and bring it to a next level and set you up for success in any realm, in the short term and in the long term, then I highly suggest that you should go check out Timeless Readers Mindsets. It is truly something life changing. It is the culmination of my 3 years of my mental health journey. All of the mindsets that have helped me tremendously are in it. You would be a complete fool to miss out, but no pressure. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you